Week 16 is in the can, so let's get to the recap. Hey everybody, another week is in the books. Week 16 just seems like time flies by when you just kind of keep your head down and grind out the workouts. You do that, everything else kind of just falls into place. That's a great thing about training. So let's get to the summary. Okay, so distances for the week. We had 5,900 yards in the swim. We had 60 miles even on the bike and 13.3 miles on the run for a total active work time of 7 hours and 4 minutes. So we're kind of at a swing spot here in training. I had to look ahead in the next few weeks, and we're going to start. We're getting into the holidays, which kind of screws things up a little bit, but we will start increasing those bikes and those runs, and we're going to stay around 3,000 yards in the pool, 28 to 32, 3,300 yards, something like that. But these bikes and these runs are going to start really loading up, so you'll see that happen over the coming weeks. So conditions this week, a little bit of a weird week. We're definitely into cooler weather. But what's happening is, we still get this moist, warm air up from the Gulf, and we're getting these cool fronts coming in waves, and they collide in Texas over Houston, and so we get rain. And so the shorter days, it gets darker sooner, and we get rain, and it just makes for a tough training week. We did, and then we had I had a late meeting at work, and that didn't help either. So we did have some rain over the weekend, Monday, but it cleared up on Tuesday. So I decided, it blew out Tuesday day, so I decided to go ahead and do my scheduled swim on Tuesday outside at the outside Y, and but it got dark on me. So like really dark. They had pool lights in the pool, no overhead lights, and man, it just kind of felt like the Twilight Zone. And then there were bugs, okay? Pretty big bugs. It was too dark to really tell what they were. So a little creepy. Kept telling myself they were grasshoppers, and kept moving, and tried not to think about it. I'm not too eked out about bugs, but in the dark, in the pool, practically naked with bugs, So got my swim in, got out of there, and probably going to go to the Y down in the woodlands inside where they have lights and no bugs. So see how that goes. And so then on Wednesday, I had a late meeting at the office, and I didn't get on my trainer until about 9 o'clock. So it just kept stacking up. Got to bed late that night. I did run outside on Thursday. I'm trying to kick the treadmill can down the road as far as I can, because I just hate the treadmill. But I ran down on the waterway where it's fairly lighted, and did pretty well. So I think I'm going to keep doing that as long as the weather holds and it's not too wet and nasty out there, to stay off that treadmill. Eventually, I'm going to have to bite the bullet. And then this weekend, Evan and Lauren came in, and again, the weather kind of got to us on Saturday, so we did trainer rides in the house. We have a couple of trainers, and so we swapped out, but watched football, and it was actually, it was kind of nice. We were able to catch up, and we were set up side by side, so Evan and I were able to talk and catch up on the week, and then Lauren, she got on the trainer after we finished because she was studying for a test. So anyways, worked out pretty well. Um, let's see, injury update. So I don't know why. I have a theory, but my shoulder on my Friday swim was just really, really sore. It really, really bugged me. And I think early in the swim, I didn't feel it so much, but there was a point in there where I had a kickboard with fins and pretty long, it was 400 or 500 yard kick with a board. And, I have my arms stretched out way in front of me. And I felt some pressure on so I wasn't taxing it, but I was stretching it out in front of me. I don't know why that would have created a problem, but I could feel it on that kickboard. And man, when I went back to swim the rest of my workout, it was killing me. It killed me afterwards. It was really sore. So I don't know. Kind of a hyperextension maybe. I have no idea. But gonna keep that kickboard. I'm gonna ease up on how I hold that kickboard. Maybe get my arm down a little further to take some pressure off the shoulder, because I got a lot of kickboard between now and race day. So, and so then I've got a little. I think I mentioned in a previous video that my pinky toe on my right foot is got a sore spot. I Googled, did some research. They talk about a bunionette or a Taylor's bunion or something. I don't. That's not where it hurts. It's on the end of my toe, not on the tip, but on the side, right by my nail. And I do think it's due to rubbing on my shoe or something that's caused it to get irritated. But man, really starting to make me mad. So I did buy today, went by the store and bought some little pads with a hole in it. I'm going to see if that will take the pressure off during the runs enough so that it doesn't exacerbate the problem and just make it continue. Maybe I can take enough pressure off of it on these runs to let it heal, get past it. Never had it before, so I don't know what the deal is, but we're going to try to get past it. Other than that, no injuries. My feet, plantar issues, no plantar issues, no knee issues. So far so good. When we start loading up these miles, we'll have to really be mindful of injury management. So week 16, a little bit strange, but overall, good week. Got the miles in, so I'm happy. Okay, so this week's Ironman tip is about balancing training with family. Okay. Last week we talked about managing your emotions by winning the daily battles during training, so that you're prepared mentally and emotionally come race day. Well, one of the critical components of being emotionally prepared is making sure that you have balance between your training time and your family time. Okay, and it truly is a balancing act. When you commit to a race like Ironman, you're essentially signing up the whole family for the gig. Okay, although they may not be there racing, they are definitely as invested as you are in time and effort, whether they like it or not. So really be mindful of that when you make the decision and sign on the dotted line and write that check for Ironman. Okay, so let's talk about a few tips that I experience from personal experience that might be helpful when you do sign up. Tip number one is don't be a narcissist. Okay, if you're serious about your training, that means you have a very specific training schedule, and you stick to it, which is commendable. I mean, it's just necessary. You have to stick to a plan, or you will not make it. But it's not just about the training, is it? It's you fret over your nutrition. Do you have all the nutrition you need? Did you buy what you needed? Do you need to buy more? Did you bring it. Is it in your bag for today's workout? Your gear. Is it cold outside? Do I need a jacket? Did I bring my shoes, my socks? I've done it more than once. No socks or no goggles on the swim. Drives me crazy, So it's almost a 24/7 mental beatdown every day. It's not just the workout, it's everything that revolves around that workout and making sure you can get it completed. So you can easily find yourself kind of wrapped up in your little training world while your family sort of sits there on the sidelines and as support, though. They're making sure your wife is making sure your workout gear is clean and in the drawer or wherever you put it for the next workout. She makes sure that you got the right food and enough food at the house for your meals, right? Your workout specific meals. Everybody kind of rearranges their schedule to accommodate your training schedule, right? Because you got to get your training in so you can get to the next event that they're doing, and they have to push it and rearrange it, whatever. The list goes on. Okay. So try not to be that guy. Figure it out. Get your training done, but understand that your family is invested just like you are, and it's a balancing act. Okay. So plan. What I suggest is tip number 2 is plan your family time just like you plan and schedule your workouts. Okay. You don't miss a workout, so don't miss time with your family. When your kids or your wife or your husband has an event or has a party or whatever it is, schedule it just like you schedule a workout, and don't miss it. It's non-negotiable. When you when you see that look in your wife's eye, when she's getting weary of this relentless schedule that you're keeping, and she needs some time with you, put it on the calendar, figure it out, get it scheduled, and make it happen. Okay. Those are non-negotiable things. The quality of your workouts and your training is equally proportional to the time you spend with your family. Because if you have that lopsided and your wife or husband is irritated and disconnected from you, you're going to feel it. And trust me, it catches up to you. It's not good. Things start to fall apart. So you need, it's critically important that your family time it has a greater importance and value to you than your training time. So you're not going to miss your training time. How much more do you not miss that family time, right? Got to have balance. And so lastly, when you can, try to involve your family in your training. They can't do your workouts with you. That's not really the point. Although you might be able to do a light recovery run with one of your kids or your wife or your husband. But try to get them involved in a meaningful way. Maybe helping plan when you've got vacation coming or you've got a party to go to and you need to rearrange your schedule. Get them involved. Make them feel a part of your training world. It really goes a long way. So that's it. In summary, don't be a narcissist. Don't be that guy. Okay, make time for your family. Make it a priority. Put it on the calendar. Schedule it, and then make it happen. It's a non-negotiable. Okay, you balance your family time with your training time. The world is wonderful. Okay, that's my Ironman tip of the week. Hope it helped. So thanks for watching. Remember, we're doing these videos and we're training for Ironman to bring awareness and to raise funds for tying vines. That's the humanitarian organization doing work in Lebanon for Syrian refugees. If you want to learn more about their work and our fundraiser called Melissa's Promise, you can go to my Ironman Foundation webpage. The link is in the description below, and you can hit that donate button to help. So join with us, please, if you would. And $10, I think, is a minimum. Just takes a couple of minutes, and every dollar helps. You can learn more about what we're doing. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I use Strava during my workouts, so if you use that app, you can follow me there. And of course, you can subscribe to our channel to get to follow us and get tips and topics that we talk about. It's Ironman related tips. So we'd love to have you. Leave any comments in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. That's about it. Appreciate you being a part of us, and we'll see you next week.